Assalamualaikum. Hi everyone. Welcome you all to my new video. My name is M.Alfur.leadershipWala. I hope you guys are all doing well. In this video, we are going to talk with Copilot. Our main topic will be what is the sorry how to deal with the criticism and use it to improve. It's maybe important for everyone to know. So we are going to start it without wasting our time. I hope you guys like the session. I enjoy it. Hi, mate. How are you? Mate, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's on your mind?
Right now I am making a video. Our main topic will be how to deal with criticism and use it to improve. Are you ready for this session? It's important for our audience and my own self to know about this.
Absolutely. I'm all in. Criticism is such a meaty topic, honestly, and turning it into growth fuel can really work wonders. So let's dive in and talk it through.
Okay, so my first question is what is the difference between constructive and destructive criticism?
So, constructive criticism is like having a good coach who wants you to improve. They're giving you feedback that's actionable and meant to help you grow. Destructive criticism, on the other hand, is more like someone tearing you down without offering any real path. Which it's not about making you better, it's just criticism for its own sake. So basically, one builds you up, and the other just knocks you down. What else are you curious about?
Why do people often react emotionally to criticism?
Well, it's totally natural, right? Criticism can feel like a personal jab, and our brains are kind of wired to protect our ego. It triggers those emotions because nobody loves feeling like they've messed up. But the cool part is that once we get past that initial sting, we can actually turn it into something useful. How do you usually handle it?
I don't really remember because right now everyone is doing their best to live and survive. Right now, as you may know, that there are war going on, but because of ceasefire, it's a bit controlled. So most of the people are actually trying to survive because of oil crisis, electricity, and different kind of things. So my next question is, how can you stay calm when someone criticize you?
Absolutely. It's a big question, honestly. With so much uncertainty in the world, staying calm is like a superpower. If someone's really hurt you, whether it's a kick to your eye or a tough piece of feedback, the trick is to give yourself a moment to breathe before you react. It's all about taking that little pause and then figuring out how you want to move forward. So, how do you usually find your calm in those moments?
Well, I don't really remember. I already tell you. So my next question is, what mindset help in accepting criticism possibility?
You know, one of the best mindsets is curiosity. Instead of seeing criticism as an attack, think of it like a puzzle piece that can help you grow. Just being open minded and hey, what can I learn? Makes it a lot easier. So, what do you think about trying that out?
Well, we answer it later. So my next question is, how can criticism become a tool for personal growth?
Well, I love this question because criticism is really like a mirror. It shows you angles you might not see otherwise. And when you look into that mirror, you get to tweak and improve. So think of it as a growth tool rather than a setback. What's one area where you might want to grow a bit?
Okay, so my next question is, what are the first steps to take after receiving the negative feedback?
Honestly, the first step is just to take a deep breath and give yourself a moment. Let the feedback sink in without reacting defensively. Then maybe jot down the key points and look for anything that's constructive. It's just about giving yourself that room to process. So when do you think you'll put that into practice?
Okay, so my next question is, how do I identify whether criticism is valid or not.
Well, one way is to check if the feedback points to something specific and actionable versus just being vague or personal. Another sign is if you're hearing the same feedback from multiple sources, it's probably worth considering. So, what's some feedback you've gotten that you're not sure about?
Yeah, I am not sure about. So my next question is, why is it important not to take criticism personally?
You know, that is such a great point. It's important because when we take it personally, it kind of clouds our ability to use it. It's like stepping back and saying, this is about growth, not about my worth. So, how do you usually keep that perspective?
I don't really remember. I already told you. So I am trying my best to avoid criticism. Just you are already asking questions which are difficult for me right now. I am thinking. So my next question is, how can you turn criticism into motivation?
Absolutely, and I get it. It's not always easy to think about these things on the fly. One way is to reframe it. Take each piece of constructive criticism as a little challenge or goal. That way, it becomes fuel rather than something that drags you down. So, what's one piece of feedback that you might want to turn into motivation?
So my next question is, what
Absolutely.
role does self confidence play in handling criticism?
Well, confidence is like your shield. When you've got that inner belief, it's a lot easier to see criticism as legitimate feedback rather than a personal attack. So, how do you build up your confidence in situations like that?
Just take on. That's a simple option. So my next question is, how can active listening improve your response to criticism?
Active listening is like a secret weapon here. When you're really listening, not just waiting to respond, you catch the nuances of the feedback. That way you can respond thoughtfully and it actually makes the whole process smoother. So, is
Okay.
that something you find yourself doing often?
Most of the things. So my next question is, what are some common mistakes people make when criticized?
Well, one big slip up is getting defensive right away, just putting those walls up. Another is not really letting the other person finish before jumping in. So, have you noticed any of those habits in yourself? Or maybe in others?
Most of the time, but I try my best to not to make any kind of scene. So my next question is, how can you respond personally to unfair criticism?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think half the battle is taking a breath and asking yourself, is this really about me or is it about them? And from there, you can respond with a bit more calm. So, how do you usually handle it when you feel like the criticism is unfair?
Well, there are not uh, such a person in our group or our family who just criticize a person without even knowing what is happening right now. So my next question is, asking for clarification important when receiving feedback.
Absolutely, yeah. Asking for clarification is huge. It shows that we're genuinely trying to understand, and it can sometimes even soften the feedback. Have you ever found that it helps you feel more at ease when you ask those clarifying questions?
Yes, so my next question is, how can criticism help you to discover your weakness, which is hidden right now? You don't even understand why is it your weakness and how you solve this problem.
Oh, absolutely. Criticism can shine a light on those blind spots, those little areas you didn't even realize needed work. And once you see them, you can actually start to address them. So, what's one area where you've found that kind of hidden strength after a bit of feedback?
With not being lazy, that's I think my best ever feedback for me. And my next question is, how can you separate emotional from facts in criticism?
Oh, that's a good one. It's definitely a skill. I think the key is to pause and take a breath before you react. Just give yourself a moment to sort out what's the emotion and what's the actual feedback. Now, does that sound like something you've tried before?
Thanks for your help, and I try my best to follow those steps. And hope you guys also follow this step. It's important for to how to stay calm when you think that it's going to hurt you or something like that. It's important to be. If we see at our right now in our thinking, there are many things we need to know. So that's it from my side. I hope you guys like this video and stay at home and safe. That's it. Stay motivated. Allah Hafiz.